Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be at the Future Technology Conference. My talk is done. It was enjoyed by the participants. I had a great pleasure of presenting it, answering their questions, and really thank you for including me in this conference.
Okay, well, what was your talk about?
My talk was about carbon capture, storage, and carbon capture utilization and storage using artificial intelligence and machine learning. And so I talked about actual projects. One of the projects that I've been working in India for the last 5-6 years, and my research work going on in the Department of Petroleum Engineering at the University of Houston in the city of Houston in Texas.
Okay, and can you tell me a bit about that?
What I can talk to you about is that I've been very fortunate to have a world-class laboratory for the CCS and CCUS. And also we're doing a lot of modeling and simulation work related to these areas. And we have been very fortunate to have research grants in this particular area that included both international companies and the national companies here in the US. And we have had several postdocs and graduate students working with me, and it has been fun working in the areas of CCS and CCUS.
That sounds good, but can you also share some of the results?
Results are amazing because what we do first is we screen the reservoirs, which reservoirs, oil and gas reservoirs, are good candidates for CCS and CCUS. Then we do laboratory work. And as I mentioned earlier, now we are very fortunate to have world-class lab. That took us several years to prepare for that. Yeah. Now we are running that lab very nicely, and we do a lot of modeling and simulation. So what we find that these reservoirs in India are good candidates for storing carbon dioxide. Okay. And that way we can minimize the greenhouse gas effects. At the same time, also increase the oil production. That's why the name comes CCUS and CCS.
Well, that sounds like a good thing for the future, right?
Absolutely. And many of these oil reservoirs are also under land. Beneath it is aquifers. So we can also inject CO2 in those aquifers to store CO2. So really, it's a win-win situation. Now the real challenge is implementing these projects, and this is where we have been working with our research partners in India in terms of implementing these projects.
And how long do you think that will take before it becomes a reality?
Reality is 5 to 6 years it took us to study all of these things. And it typically takes 5 to 10 years to implement these projects. By the way, there are many projects already going on in the US and also in Europe. They are doing both CCS and CCUS. So all India has to do is follow these companies and follow these best practices and lessons learned from these projects. Yeah. And in the next 5 to 10 years, they should be in a very good position.
Sounds great. Have you visited any of the other talks or keynotes?
Yes, I visited a very brilliant talk of the utilization of artificial intelligence for toy manufacturing. Wow. And it's quite contrasting to my particular talk, and I am learning things from there. And I really enjoyed the 2 keynote speeches this morning that I'm going to borrow a lot of ideas from there and apply to my projects. So to be honest with you, yes, I've contributed with my talk. Yes, I was appreciated for my talk, but at the same time, I'm taking more than what I'm giving.
That's exactly what you want from a conference, right?
That's right. Okay. That's right.
Professor Ganesh, thank you so much for your time and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you so much. Thank you for including me in this conference, and I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.